If just counting calories would be enough, you wouldn't watch that video. You failed in bulking, that's why you are watching this video. And before you clicked off, brother, I know why you failed. Because I also failed a couple of times while trying to bulk. It is purely because you are not really failing at counting calories. You are failing at building systems. So today I will show you exactly how to build your own system, your own bulking system for hard gainers. So no matter your genetics, no matter your metabolism, no matter everything, that system will work wonders for you. I used to really think that counting calories was enough. And that was literally like 1 year ago. So each week I would go to the mirror in my bathroom and I would see the physique of a skinny guy. That arms that are not full, that back that is not developed, that chest that is not that puffy chest. And then I would go to the gym, I would see the guys who are training clearly less than me, who are that, big framey guys. So I decided, I'm gonna bulk. And one day after this scout trip, I take off my backpack, I just came to my house, to my room, I sit there I take off my backpack, take off my scout uniform, I basically hang it somewhere on the chair. The first thing I do is immediately I go to the scale and I think, yes, finally I will see some results. And bro, really, for the entire week I was eating a lot of food. I mean, it was random food but in large quantities, so I feel pumped out because yes, finally I will see that my weight has gone up for the first time in a couple of weeks. Let's go, let's do it. So when I'm taking the scale, I literally remember the times when I was sitting in the restaurant, ordering more than my friends, eating more than them, showing them, yes, I'm the bulky one, I will be bulky, muscular. I take the scale, I'll put it on my floor, basically my feet touches it, it's it was cold as hell, the metal-y thing, it was feeling, I was really feeling that in my feet. And then I see the numbers appearing and I was stressing, okay, please, let me show, let me just progress for 1 week, progress, please. So I'm shallow breathing, I'm excited because finally I will see some results. And then all the hope vanished immediately. Actually, I lost weight. So I sit in my bed and I really think that it's just not for me. And you are probably in the same situation as I was, right? So let me help you. Step 1. There's one thing that most of the people don't consider, and that's the exact reason why they are not making progress. So imagine that you are a general, right? You are a general, you have your army. And you go out to the war. But you didn't really check the territory. You didn't really check the terrain, the kind of buildings that the enemy has. You have that big ego that, yeah, no matter what, I will win. So you go out there with your troops and they don't even know what to expect. And of course you lose the battle. Was that the wise thing to do? Of course not. You probably, if you would be a good general, if you would be a good commander, right? You'd first search all of those terrains, you'll see the possibilities. So why don't you do that with your diet? That's the thing, brother. That's the thing, brother. Other influencers don't tell you about that. They give you the perfect diets, or they give you some basic advice. Oh, you know what? Just liquid calories. Oh, eat that amount of this. Oh, just at this meal. But they skip the most fundamental thing in terms of building your diet. And that thing is checking your possibilities. So the actionable step that you can do right now, right here, is to do something that I did. When I built my first successful bulking system, it was not when I was added some weird meal or that one special thing, shake, protein shake that will change everything. No, the first thing I did was to sit with my journal and write down every single weekday. So let's say Monday. Describe every single like thing that I'm doing on my stereotypical Monday. So back then I was going to the school. So I would write basically that, okay, I wake up at this time. I have 15 minutes to go out to the bus. Then I drive to my school. Then I'm sitting in my school for a couple of hours. I have those little, little breaks. I also have a cafe in my school. So maybe I can actually eat something there. Then I go to the training. After the training, I come back to home, and basically after that, I'm in already in my house, so I can cook whatever I want. And by mapping out my possibilities, I clearly saw how can I structure my meals. So okay, when 15 minutes it's enough to prepare a protein shake. So I did protein shake. I was like drinking it while driving to the school. And I already had a couple of it was probably like 1000 calories because it was like big ass shake. So 1000 calories on the start of my day. It's pretty good for bulk. So that way, by mapping out the possibilities, that's the first thing. Map out the possibilities. Write out every single day, weekday, and write out where you can eat something or where you can cook something, okay? Step 2. Tracking calories every day is hard, but I have an easier way to do it. So let me ask you a question. Why do you track calories? Why do you track calories? Oh, because I want to know how many calories I've ate that day. Yes? Why do you need to ask yourself how many calories have you ate that day? Well, it's probably because you don't know the exact meals that you have ate that day. Because every single day you eat different things. So how can we reverse engineer like this? How we can make that simpler? It's basically by eating every single day the same things. That way you don't have to really track your calories. Because if you ate the meals that are on your list, it's like, okay, whatever. I don't have to track the calories, I don't have to track the macros, because I already know that I've hit the amount of proteins that I had to hit that day, right? So the whole idea in that step 2 is to really like find the meals that you are enjoying. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing is to make sure that all of the meals are hitting your daily macronutrients, micronutrients, and calorie intake. Okay? And by the way, if you need any help with that, if you need a video on that, you might wanna write a comment about that. So those 3 things, and how to really like make a meal, how to find a meal. First thing, the easiest way is to actually Google it. Oh, fast protein meal dinner, something like that on YouTube. You will have 1,000 recipes. But also there's an easier way, is to actually use something called the plate method. You probably haven't heard about that. The plate method is actually used when you want to create a new meal, a fast meal that won't be like overthink, it will be like very easy. So first thing you do is to basically find a source of proteins. It might be chicken breast, it might be salmon, it might be eggs, it might be like something else, okay? Whatever. And then just find a way to cook it so it will taste nice and won't be like 1 hour to do it. Then you find a source of carbs. So basically you just ask yourself, okay, what can I add to it that has carbs? It might be rice, it might be potatoes, it might be sweet potatoes, it might be, I don't know, like something else, okay? And then you add vitamins. So, okay, what kind of vitamins I can add? Maybe it can be a red pepper, maybe it can be broccoli, maybe it can be spinach, something like that. So just basically 3 things, put it on the table, and you have a meal already. And by the way, if that video helped you so far, you might wanna subscribe to this channel, because I'm gonna actually record videos for exactly for you on bodybuilding. So if you are excited, if you want to join our tribe of young men who are trying to build amazing physiques, subscribe to this channel. Step 3. If you combine that simple diet with that tip, your results will multiply instantly. And that's the thing that nobody really tells you about. So let me ask you a question. We are driving a car, okay? We have a car. We want to drive from point A to point B, right? And we are driving that car, and you see that you don't have enough fuel to reach the destination, right? What is the thing that you do? You go to the petrol station and you basically add fuel to, and you basically pump up fuel to your car. But do you ask your car, oh, how do you feel? Do you need more fuel, maybe? No, it would be stupid, bro. You don't ask your car if it needs more fuel. It's like, what the hell? So why do you do that to yourself? Why do you ask yourself, or do you need any fuel right now? Your destination is actually bulking, right? The fuel to that is eating. So why do you ask yourself, or are you hungry maybe? You see, if you want to reach that destination, and to reach that destination you have to eat, then you shouldn't care about your emotions. You shouldn't care about, oh, do I feel hungry that day? No. You should just do the thing. The same is like with going to the gym. You don't ask yourself, do I feel like going to the gym today? No, that is gay. You don't do that, bro. You just, okay, I'm gonna do it. Like, let's go. Let's do it. So why do you do that with food? Food is the fuel to your goals. You shouldn't treat your food like a goal. You shouldn't treat your food like, oh, an entertainment. Food is a tool. So use it as a tool. You don't have to feel energized. Yeah, I'm gonna eat when you are like full. So the thing that you have to do, the actionable step, is to actually eat, is to actually always eat, no matter what. So that's what I would do. To be honest, if you would go to the school with me, you would see me when I was bulking every single damn break between the lessons. I would sit there with a rice waffles or with a protein shake or with like nuts or something. I would sit there and literally eat for half of my day. I would speak to my friends and I would eat basically, and they would like, bro, why the hell you are eating? You like ate something 5 minutes ago. And I was like, I'm bulking. Brother, you have to eat always. If you're a hard gainer, you have to eat always. You have to use every single minute of your day to hit that goal. Step 4. If you will skip that tip, you will end up undoing every single thing that you did in the previous tip. So imagine that you are a wizard who is like fighting that dragon, okay? You are fighting a dragon. Imagine yourself, just imagine yourself, you have that heart, you are that powerful wizard, you know some source, you know some like spells and shit. Imagine yourself as that wizard. And now imagine yourself, you want to beat that dragon, but every single time you throw some spell, it's like you have a cooldown. Exactly like in video games, right? So now let me ask you a question. Considering the fact that you have that cooldown, what would be easier? Imagine you have unlimited like health, unlimited like stamina or something like that. You just have to wait for the cooldowns. What would be more likely? That you will beat the dragon in 1 hour or in 4 hours? Obviously, if you will have more time, it will be way easier to kill that dragon, even though you have those cooldowns, right? And that's what we do when we bulk. We just basically squashed that time to like 1 hour when we came back to the house. You have to start eating at the start of your day. You have to make that the boss right here, the dragon, is hitting that 3,000, 3,500 calories, right? That's the goal, that's the boss. And we want to maximize the amount of time that we have to beat that dragon. So basically, start eating as fast as possible when you wake up. That way, make sure that you will eat the most amount of food in the start of your day. Because then you will have to weirdly just, pump up calories just before you will go to bed, and it will destroy your sleep, it will destroy your mental health, and most of the times you won't really have enough discipline to keep up eating even though you don't want to. So just, brother, promise me that you will just make the time to fight your boss longer. Step 5. Once you've nailed the meal timing, the next step is crucial. And that's when 90% of guys fall off. So when you throw that spell, you are the wizard, okay? You throw that spell, which is like eating a thing, and now you have a cooldown. What can you do to make sure that you will throw as many spells during the time the boss fight as you only can, even though you have that cooldown? We can't really shrink the cooldown. But what we can shrink is the time we need to finish throwing that spell. And that's exactly what I would do. Basically, when I was bulking, I was eating fast as hell. I remember I was eating 7 eggs as fast as possible after waking up. And it was not okay, 1 egg. No, it was, brother, it was a competition. It was like a dream, manhunt. Like all of those Minecraft speedrunners. I would it was shit, bro. It was a speedrun for me. Because I know that if I will eat slowly, I won't be able to eat that whole 7 eggs with some seasonings and sandwiches. You know what I mean. You have to eat as fast as possible. Not only in your day, but also the time that you spend on eating should be as fast as possible. That way, you will be able to throw more spells to the dragon, right? Step 6. Every beginner focus on adding more meals to their diet plans to bulk more. But veterans, they know something that the beginners don't. And I'm gonna reveal it to you right now. You actually don't have to add more meals to your diet to bulk. What you can do, you actually have 2 things that you can do, that you can add to your existing meals to make them more calorie dense. Okay? The first tip is to actually add that micro additions, that micro additives, which means that basically instead of eating 100 grams of rice, eat 150. Micro additive, right? That can, okay, for one dinner it won't change that much. But if you will increase the portions, every portion of every meal that you currently have in your plan, it's easily 200, 300 calories, right? And the second step, so the actionable step, is to just add more rice, add a little bit more chicken, right? It won't be that hard to eat that, but it will but the compounding effect from the entire day will get you those results, right? And the second thing, the second actionable step that you can do easily is to just add liquid calories, which is protein shakes. It's every single shake with oats and peanut butter. It's bro, boom, you have easily 1000 calories. Just like that, by drinking some shit while you are working on something like that. It's way easier than you would think. And that's literally what I would do. I would literally sit there on my desk and try to work and drink those drink those like shakes with 1200 calories and eat like 100 grams of cashews, which is like 500 calories. So it's like nearly 2000 calories just by like those two micro things. You've got the fundamentals right. Now I will show you the one thing that actually opens the door to the bulky physique. You can do all of the previous things, but without that thing, it's all wasted effort. So let me ask you a question. How many times you wanted to stick to a diet and then you traveled somewhere? You went to a different city, you went on a like party or something like that, and your entire diet just went to shit. It was me, basically. I couldn't really like cook the same meals when I had my scout trips. I couldn't like cook the same meals when I was in my fiance's house and she didn't have the ingredients there. When I was traveling, it was also hard to hit my calories. Brother, let me tell you some wisdom that I've learned. You build your diet not to eat healthy when everything is stable. You build your diet to prove that you can eat healthy when life is not stable. So whenever life is not stable and you are not eating healthy, you have shitty diet, basically. Because the goal is not to eat clean, the goal is not to hit calories. The goal is to become a man who is able to do those things, to achieve those goals when life throws obstacles. So how you can do it? Basically, do all the process, do it all over for these special days. So whenever you are driving to some event, ask yourself a possibility. Okay, I will spend a couple of hours in my car. How can I prepare myself? If you know that you have that little event scheduled in the next month, already prepare the diet for that day. That way, you will stick to your goals. You will achieve the goals that you set up for yourself, while also living the life that you want to. So you won't actually be a prisoner to your diet. You will actually be flexible. And by the way, if that video helped you in anything, you might want to check the first link in the description. Do your best and leave the rest to God.